Right, we're getting interested, people. Now, who is the best creator goalkeeper? Now, I'm going to throw out some names. Yeah, you like that one, innit? So, obviously, you're going to be in there. I'm going to throw Big G in there. He's a creator. You know, creator of life as well. Shout out Big G.
Yeah, shout out to Big G.
Ben Foster. I'll throw him in there as well. There's Scouse GK.
Yeah.
What have I got on this
We've
list?
got Ideal GK. We've got Dutch
the
GK.
Dragon,
Cow the
GK.
Dragon.
Some names. I
Yeah,
can even make you
there's
do
a
a top
lot of-
5, you know. There could be a top 5 in there.
I think top 5 would probably be easier, but
should we
you
do
know
a top
what?
5? Should I give a bit of a cop out, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah.
No. You know what though?
He's gonna go for it.
Okay, cool. I'll say this, right? Realistically, the safe answer would have been to say Ben Foster, right? Because ex-pro, you know, the geezer's played for flipping Manchester United, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a bit of a cop out, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
He's had a little bit of a leg up, you know, playing in the Premier League. You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, the likes of yourself, Big G's and all the rest of it, Cow the Dragons have had to build from the get-go.
Yeah.
So I want to let's base it on production as well. Let's base it on the concepts, you know.
Oh, as in like actual like...
Yeah, creators. Like...
Look, I'll say this, right? If we're going off purely goalkeeping, I'd love to put myself up there, but I don't post enough goalkeeping content nowadays.
No, but you create content that people want to enjoy and can relate to. Not everyone's goalkeepers. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I think if we're going off like ability and like the type of content that they provide off ability, I would have to put like Ideal GK, Declan McCarthy. He's amazing. He literally ticks a lot of the boxes. Not only is he good, but his content is amazing. And of course, the person that works a lot alongside him, which I didn't see on your list, but I need to give him his flowers, Toby Ball as well. Okay. He's the goalkeeper for Lewis, used to be a goalkeeper for Brighton. He's also quite big on the space now. I think he's got like 100 and something K followers as well. But then like if we're talking about like ability or whatever, I know that I was speaking humble before, but I'd like to, you know, put myself in that company. I mean, I know, for example, G is a nightmare to go up against for a lot of people, just based off his stature and personality alone. But I'll probably put myself in like top 3. Yeah, but not 3.
Yes.
So yeah, that's what I would say. But yeah, I think there's definitely some names. If I was to say like a top 5, I'll probably say myself, Big G, Fozzie, Toby Ball and Declan, but then Scouse is very close as well. Scouse, you know what? Scouse's content is better than mine as well. What? I can say that clearly, like especially for goalkeepers or what he does. His production crew, shout out to them as well. They literally, the videos that they make is top notch, and you can see it. Like his following is like grown so much. I think he's probably going to be, out of the UK creators, he's probably going to be the highest followed creator, maybe if not by the end of this year, maybe in 2 years' time.
Wow. Have you guys linked up together? Or
Of course. Yeah, we've met quite a few times. We, of course, played in a charity game quite recently together. He was my goalkeeper, which was quite funny. That was like the charity game with Roberto Carlos.
Is that the one you scored in as well?
Scored a hat-trick.
Oh, sorry.
Against an invincible goalkeeper, Jens Lehmann.
Just throwing that in there,
But yeah, so like we've met quite a few times and we've got like a quite like good mutual love for one another as well. So I'm quite happy to see like a lot of the stuff that he's done, and like genuinely, easily, he deserves to be in that 5, and I could easily say he could probably take a few people's spots in that list, and I think deservedly so. I think the list is so interchangeable, but he's definitely a one to watch for sure.
I've got to circle back to talking about under the radar.
Yes.
Now, I did a podcast recently with Imed from Baiteze. Shout out Imed.
UTR next.
What, the team that only blew because of Manny and Toby?
I would say 6.
Is that why?
Yo, is my food ready?
And he jokingly threw in there Man FC. Yeah. Now, the reason why I'm asking this is like, do you sometimes get people say, there's no personalities on Under the Radar, it's just Manny's channel, and that's the reason why all the Under the Radar content's on there. Do you see it from that point of view, or do you think, you know what, screw that, there is personalities on there because obviously you come off the
Yeah.
back of, you know, being on there and other people. So what's
I
your
think,
thoughts
I
on
think
that?
you said it perfectly. Like, you know, let's call a spade a spade. Like, we understand that the channel is on Manny's channel, right? But then also, there's a reason why people flock to the channel, because it's easy to create content and people will still flock to certain type of content that they want to watch. So no one's forced or obliged that because they follow Manny that they're gonna go watch under the radar. And you know, Manny is a big part of it, and of course all the other people that were there before it, whether that's like, you know, the sidemen lot or whatever as well, which play a big part to the success. But you know, there's definitely a lot of characters and a lot of people that people are in love with, and you know, whether that's me doing my own stuff, but like you also have, you know, Sam Bailey, for example, where, you know, people love him. Like that, if you go into the comments of like all these videos, people will always be like, where's Sam Bailey, where's Tolly, where's Brad, where's John, all of these things. And we've built up a community just like any other. Like for me to like go to say that, oh, Baiteze is one or two people, whatever. Like I understand that people have different ways that they make videos, and
Yeah.
we're not gonna force a certain way of making videos just because, you know, that's how people want to do it.
Yeah.
It's the same way as like, that's why the Dons, for example, excel in what they were doing, because they were loud, they were trying to get under people's skin, they were trying to rattle a lot of people, and that's something that works for them.
Yeah.
We're not that type of personality.
Yeah.
We just want to go, do our job, collect the 3 points, and go home.
that's
You know
it,
what I mean?
yeah.
And like to say that, like I understand it's easy to feel that way, but there's plenty of times where we've done a lot of things without Manny, you know, in that sense. And he might even say that himself because he was injured for a lot of times, you know, and whatnot. I think it's a cop-out thing to say for them, but at the same time, each to their own. We've heard plenty of things, but there's plenty of personalities. We're such a family out there, and you can see it a lot, whether that's like post games sometimes or during games, even like through celebrations. You know, we celebrate a lot of the time as a team. We've got like all little things and stuff. So yeah.
I was going to ask you though, do you feel like more people could have taken advantage of being on such a massive channel? Because obviously you have, and I think that was kind of like the point in terms of like, if you compare to SC Dons where you've got, I don't know, Big Doug, he's now doing his own podcast.
Yeah.
You've got, who else is there? Obviously Big G's got his own platform and all the rest of it now. So do you feel like more people from UTR could benefit from being on a channel like that?
Yeah, you know what, I will say this, not to make it like sound in a disrespectful way or anything like that, but that was one of my worries when things first started out with UTR, because realistically, the premise was that people have the opportunity to do whatever they want. So we've been given all the keys and all the different pieces to be able to create our own platforms, whether that's match day footage or any stuff that we want to record on the day, we're able to. So it's all down to the person as well.
Yeah.
Right? But there were certain things where I remember originally when I was at UTR, I did have like the problem with the fact that whenever we used to do like marketing for like big games or whatever, or like our channel, it used to be the same old people. Whether that was like kit launches, whatever, blah, blah. And that has changed massively. And I don't know if a part of that was like with more people being able to create a platform for myself. So like even I said to myself, I was like, look, I'm not gonna rely on just UTR.
Yeah.
I want to be able to do my own content, because I do a lot of content with other YouTubers or do a lot of content just here by myself, whatever. I want to create a platform for myself that then other people can look back and just be like, oh, you know, yeah, that's the guy from UTR, anything. And then, of course, that benefits the team as well, because the more higher profile people you've got, the more people are going to show love as well. But I feel like a big part of it is also down to just the people themselves of what they want to do. And I'm sure it's the same thing with, you know, the likes of SC Dons or Baiteze and all of those guys. There are certain characters that probably chose to do that, to, you know, to do their own thing, whether that was like SC Dons, they started doing like the whole boxing thing, or Strapsy started doing like his rapping stuff or whatever. Like, you also then have to be accountable for your own self to take that thing. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily down to them. They've done everything that they need to do. Yeah, they could probably like push a little bit more, and that's understandable. That's something that I've mentioned to them before myself. But at the same time, that's all down to the person.